Well, hello everybody, and welcome to today's advanced class on SEDA College Online Live. My name is Teacher Lydia. I'm so happy to have you here with us. Welcome back to students who've been here before, and welcome to our brand new students. We're so happy you decided to join us, and we hope that you stick around. We're going to be doing this at least until the 19th of April. And these classes will be around on YouTube even after that, so please check out what we're doing here with SEDA College Online Live. And if you're interested in getting even more, you can go to sedacollegeonline.com, and for a very reasonable yearly subscription, you can get access to all our courses and see amazing content, not only in English, but other languages. We have games, we have all kinds of really cool stuff. We also have a great podcast on Spotify, so please check out our podcast if you have time. And thank you so much for being with us. So I'm just giving a little bit of time for people to get here and to join us. Everybody, make sure you have a pen or a pencil and your notebook. I also like to have my little notes like this around with me too, little sticky notes, make extra notes for myself. Whatever way you like to record this class, in writing form, I suggest you use it because that is what's going to make this information really stay in your brain. You're going to retain and own this information rather than you just watch this video and then you forget everything afterwards, okay? So, I think we've given about a minute for everybody to come to the class. Welcome everybody. We are going to start our advanced class now. Again, I'm Teacher Lydia. Thank you so much for being here with me. All right. So today we're talking about conditionals. And conditionals are probably one of the most difficult grammar points to learn in English. I know it takes time to master using conditionals. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense how they're arranged. If you're coming from another language, you're like, what? What is this? It's really strange and weird. So I'm going to take time to break down I guess there's basically 5 different types of conditionals. And we're going to start here with what are conditionals. Well, conditionals are used to talk about an unreal past. So it's not like a reality in the past. Things that might have happened, could happen, or what we wish would happen or would have happened in the past. Conditionals are constructed or created when we add an if clause to the main clause. So the main clause is where you're getting like most of your main or most important points. The if clause, so remember clauses are smaller parts inside a sentence separated by punctuation, like a comma. The if clause is what creates the condition, the situation necessary for the other thing to be possible. That's what a condition is. A condition means, like if I say, yeah, you can have a piece of chocolate, sure. But if I say, you can have a piece of chocolate if you help washing the dishes, then the if clause is the condition, the thing necessary to get the other thing, to make the other thing happen. Okay? So, that's what conditionals are. Let's move on. Zero conditional is where we want to start. And we have a picture here of ice. And what happens when ice gets hot? It melts. When ice gets hot, it melts. That sentence right there is a zero conditional, okay? It's present, present. And it's something that's always true, like a fact. Okay, so used to talk about things that are generally true. Zero conditional. If plus present simple, and then present simple or simple present, whatever way you want to say it. And you can rearrange those like I did. You know, I said, if ice gets hot, it melts. Or I could say, ice melts if it gets hot. You can rearrange those, okay? That's an important point. If ice is heated, it melts. There's our first example. If people are sad, they cry. If dogs are hot, they pant. That's pant. Okay, so if a dog gets hot, usually they pant. All right, so that's zero conditional, guys. Next, we're going to talk about first conditional. First conditional. This is used to talk about possible situations and their likely results. So likely meaning like what is probably going to happen. So we have if plus present simple, comma to separate the clause, and then simple future. So this is projecting into the future. So imagine, for the first example, imagine the bus comes at 10:05 and it's 10 o'clock and we're in the house and it takes about 5 minutes to walk to the bus stop. You could say, if we don't hurry up, we will miss the bus. If we don't hurry up, we will miss the bus. And that phrasal verb, hurry up. Make sure you say the H there. I hear people say it strange sometimes, like hurry up. It's hurry up. It means go faster, go more quickly. If we don't hurry up, we will miss the bus. If you eat your spinach, you'll be strong like Popeye. Does everybody remember Popeye? If you eat your spinach, you'll be strong like Popeye. My mother used to say that to me all the time when I was a kid. And look who it is. It's Popeye. Popeye the Sailor Man. He lives in a garbage can. No, he doesn't, but we used to sing that song. Yeah, so he ate spinach out of a can because it kept him strong. And that was all about teaching kids that they need to be big and strong when they grow up. So if they eat their spinach, they'll be strong like Popeye. Very, very good. So that's first conditional, guys. Why don't you take a moment and choose either first or zero conditional. I'll go back and review that one sec. And make sure that you write your own sentences, okay? So I can correct them for you. 1 minute has started. Get our music on as usual. And let's look back. Okay, zero conditional, if plus simple present, and then simple present. So if you want, write a sentence in zero conditional. First conditional, if plus present simple, simple future. So simple future, we always have will plus infinitive, right? Will miss or will be, and then strong, the adjective. Okay, so take your minute, guys, to check that. And try to create a sentence in either first or zero conditional. First or zero conditional. Okay. 2, 1. There it goes. Okay, so our time is up. Let me check what you guys have. That looks awesome. Yes, you got it. And I'll keep checking throughout this, and at the end I'm going to stay for a little extra time if you guys have any questions. So remember, ask me anything. I'm here to help. If I don't know the answer, I'll help you find the answer, but most likely I'll be able to answer your question, okay? All right, next we have second conditional, okay? And what's here? What do you see there? That is spaghetti, right? Spaghetti. Very, very good. So that's a plate of spaghetti or pasta, and that food comes from, that's right, Italy, and everybody loves Italian food. So let's see what kind of explanation and examples we have here for the second conditional. All right, The second conditional is used to refer to hypothetical situations that could occur now or anytime. And you're going to say to me, teacher, hypothetical now or anytime. That's not specific at all. That would be vague. Very non-specific, teacher. How are we supposed to figure this out? Well, let me try to help you. What's next? We take if plus simple past, comma, present conditional. And remember, we can always switch them around. Native speakers often do, but most of the time you start with the if. That feels normal for most people. So it's if plus simple past, comma, present conditional or present continuous conditional. So that means present or present continuous, okay? So here's our first example. If there were no coronavirus, we would be in a classroom at SEDA. If there were no coronavirus, we would be in a classroom at SEDA. Okay? So if there were no, that's my simple past. We would be, that's my present, right? That's my present. All right. What's next? If he were in Rome, he would be eating pasta in a little restaurant. If he were in Rome, he would be eating pasta in a little restaurant. So if he were, simple past, right? He would be eating, present continuous, be eating pasta in a little restaurant. Very, very good. Guys, if you have any questions, let me know. Now I'm hungry. I want some pasta. Oh, geez. Oh, no. Gonna have to get through this. All right. So I think the main thing to remember here is you would use the present continuous if you're talking about an action being in the middle of an action. He would be eating the pasta. But to be in a classroom, we don't really need a continuous for that. We're just in that location. Okay? All right. Let's go on. What's next? Third conditional. All right? Third conditional. And I know these conditionals give you a lot of information. We're going to do an exercise at the end. And as always, we'll do some pronunciation practice. And I just want you to remember, as always, as well, that you are doing amazing. Just being here, just studying, just trying your best, that is enough. You don't need to do any more. All you have to do is try your best every day. And some days your best is going to be incredible. You're going to surprise yourself. Other days, it might not be as great as you wanted. And that's okay. As long as you try your best every day, you get up, you put on a happy face, and you do your best, that's all you can do. And that's okay. That is okay. Welcome. I'm happy you're here. And remember to keep the motivation, keep strong, and keep believing in yourself. Okay. So what do we see in this photo here? That's right, a train. And this one actually looks like a high-speed train. It's a very modern-looking train. My clip art was generous to me. All right, so we're probably going to have an example of a sentence that uses a train, right? I'll give you little clues. I'm trying to help you out. Let's look here. Third conditional is used to refer to hypothetical situations that are contrary to reality in the past. So contrary to means opposite to or against, okay? Contrary to reality in the past. So if yesterday I had bananas in my cereal for breakfast and I wanted to think about maybe not having bananas in my cereal for breakfast, that would be contrary to reality, right? So if I was going to talk about that, I would use a third conditional. All right, and how do we construct the third conditional? We take if plus past perfect, comma, perfect conditional or perfect continuous conditional. What is a perfect, you might say? Well, if you remember correctly, a verb in a perfect tense must have the verb have. So present perfect, I'm just going to review it really quick for you. Present perfect is verb have conjugated in the present for the subject plus the past participle of the main verb. And you're like, what's the main verb? Well, say you're talking about swimming. Swimming's the main verb. And you want to talk about present perfect is something connected to, started in the past and connected to now. So I want to talk about today, and I want to know if you went swimming today. I would say, have you swam today? Because swam is the past participle of swim. Have you swam today? Have plus past participle. So that's present perfect. Okay? But sometimes we have to use past perfect. So past perfect past perfect. Past perfect is have conjugated for the subject in the past plus the past participle, okay, of the main verb. That's the past perfect. Have in the past plus the past participle of the main verb. Okay, so we want to talk about swimming again. Maybe we talk about yesterday, and we can say, if she had gone swimming yesterday, okay, or she had swam yesterday, she would have got sick. Something like that. And that's a conditional. All right? Great. So just a little review of the perfects there, because I know it's easy to forget. And let's look at some more examples of the fourth conditional. If he had practiced more, he would have passed his driving test. So a lot of times here when we're doing the conditional in the second part after the comma, especially when we're using perfects, we have would. So if plus the past perfect would plus the present perfect in this case, all right? If he had practiced more, he would have passed his driving test. It's very important to have that would here. Okay. The would helps create that hypothetical situation that could be possible if something was different in the past. If they had left the house earlier, they would have got to the train station on time. Okay, so that's the train there. They missed the train because they arrived to the train station late. That's what we can learn from this sentence. So if they had left the house earlier, they would have got to the train station on time. Okay, so I want to review again. I want to give you some time for a review. We're going to go back. And I want you to look at conditionals, the second conditional. And remember, used to refer to hypothetical situations that could occur now or any time. All right? If plus simple past, comma, present conditional, or present continuous conditional. So think about something that, if it was different, your present would be different, okay? So if I had drank more coffee, or if I drank more coffee this morning, simple past, if I drank more coffee this morning, I would be crazy right now. Because more than 2 cups of coffee is like, woo, woo, woo. Yeah, yesterday, I think you guys saw me on my second cup of coffee, and I was a little bit more high energy than usual. And I hope you enjoyed it. Because that's what I love about these video classes. It's me being me, exactly like I am in the classroom. You can ask any of my students. but I get to share my lessons with so many new people. I just miss interacting with you, so make sure you put stuff in the comments for me, okay? All right, so take a moment. I'm going to give you 2 minutes this time, all right? 2 minutes. And guys, I really need you to put your brain power together and give me 1 second conditional and 1 third conditional, okay? So take a moment to write all of this down in your notes. I'm going to give you 3 minutes, okay? 1 minute to write your notes and 2 minutes to come up with 1 sentence for each of those, second and third. And I'll keep switching around so that you can see the information. If you need the information again, maybe screenshot it if you need to, okay? That would really help. All right. So here's your third conditional. We're going to go back to the second conditional. I know you can do an awesome job, guys. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Beautiful music to get that brain going. Okay, 1 minute, 30 seconds. Enjoying the music. Okay, third conditional information again. Can't wait to see what you have in the comments. Remember, you gotta practice. If you don't use it, you lose it. Okay, I think we're getting there. You're doing great. You're doing great. You're doing great. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Okay. So, let's see what you guys have got. I'm going to take a look. Very nice. It looks like everybody's getting it really, really well. So, guys, as usual, you're awesome. Woo, woo. Okay, so let's move on to the mixed conditional. And what do you see here? Who's that? Well, that is, in my opinion, probably the cutest type of dog in the world, a golden retriever. And yes, it's a dog, a golden retriever. So let's see. What is a mixed conditional, and how is our friend little Mr. Woof Woof going to be involved? Mixed conditionals are used to refer to a situation in the past and a situation continuing into the present. Okay, and you're going to say, what? Well, what about about studying. You started studying English probably sometime in the past, and you're still doing it now. So that's a situation that we might need a mixed conditional for, correct? Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, so you take if plus the past perfect or simple past, comma, present conditional or perfect conditional. Again, a present or a perfect tense. So let's look at some examples. If you had trained the dog properly, he wouldn't be so disobedient now. As much as I love dogs, they must be trained. And every amazing dog I know has an amazing dog owner who trained them really well in the beginning, right? Because just like kids, animals need training. They need to learn what's okay and what's not okay, right? And have good behavior so we can say, good boy, and we can pet them. They're so cute and they go panting because they're all excited because they're outside exercising. I miss dogs. I miss my friends' dogs. I have friends with amazing dogs back in the USA that I totally miss. All right, so I'm going to repeat that again, and I want you guys to repeat after me for pronunciation, okay? If you had trained the dog properly, he wouldn't be so disobedient now. Disobedient. So the opposite of obedient. Obedient means they follow the directions well, right? You say sit, they sit. Disobedient, opposite of that. Okay? If you had trained the dog properly, he wouldn't be so disobedient now. Awesome. Guys, you're doing great. Okay. Next example. If we had gone to the cinema, we wouldn't have been bored all day. So a lot of times when you're using a perfect, like I showed you before, you need would in the positive or negative. So if we had gone to the cinema, we wouldn't have been bored all day. Going to the cinema is fun. Great activity. Okay, so if we had gone to the cinema, we wouldn't have been bored all day. If you had trained the dog properly, he wouldn't be so disobedient now. A situation in the past, continuing into the present, okay? Just thinking about this for a second here, and I'm noticing that present conditional I don't have here. So everybody take a moment to create a mixed conditional using the present conditional in the second clause, okay, after the comma. If plus past perfect or simple past, then present conditional. All right? Let's give you a minute to do that because I didn't give you an example, but you know what I think? I think you're all pretty smart. We got a few Einsteins in the crowd, I'm sure. And you could make one of those sentences all by yourself and make it interesting for me and you to share with everyone. And don't forget, guys, to be each other's cheerleader. Like, go team. Because we all need to help each other and encourage each other in this process of learning English. It's not easy. So take a minute and 30 seconds to create that mixed conditional with a present. Go team. I'm going to try to find something a little bit more upbeat. Oh, this is beautiful. so pretty, this music. I'm just thinking about the amazing sentences you guys are going to create. Let's see, how much time do I have left? Ooh, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it goes. All right, so I'm going to take a minute to look over your sentences, but everybody did an awesome job with this. Alrighty, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so next, what do you think we're going to do next? Well, I'm going to review all the conditionals we talked about, and then we have a little exercise for you to try, okay? All right, so let's go back first and review everything we've talked about so far. What are conditionals? Conditionals are used to talk about an unreal past. Things that might have happened, could happen, or what we wish would happen. Conditionals are constructed when we add an if clause to the main clause. So a wish one would be like, I wish we had gone to the cinema yesterday because then we wouldn't have been so bored. All right. So zero conditional. I think we remember this one well. We have the ice over here, right? And what does ice do? That's right, it melts. So, used to talk about things that are generally true. When the sun shines, plants grow. Simple present, right? If plus simple present, comma, simple present. Beautiful. If ice is heated, it melts. If people are sad, they cry. If dogs are hot, they pant. Good. Okay. Number 3. First conditional, used to talk about possible situations and their likely results. If plus present simple, simple future. If we don't hurry up, we'll miss the bus. If you eat your spinach, you'll be strong like Popeye. Yeah. All right, second conditional. Used to refer to hypothetical situations that could occur now or anytime. If plus simple past, present conditional, or present continuous conditional after the comma. If there were no coronavirus, we would be in a classroom at SEDA. If he were in Rome, he would be eating pasta in a little restaurant. Third conditional. Used to refer to hypothetical situations that are contrary to reality in the past. If plus past perfect, and then would, perfect conditional or perfect continuous conditional. If he had practiced more, he would have passed his driving test. If they had left the house earlier, they would have got to the train station on time. Yeah. All right. Conditionals number 5. We have our friend little Mr. Woof Woof there. That's what dogs say in English. Woof Woof. Or ruff ruff. What do they say in your language? Put it in the comments. I'm curious. All right. Used to refer to a situation in the past and a situation continuing into the present, right? Mixed conditionals. Woo! That's a fun mind blow. If plus past perfect or simple past, comma, present conditional or perfect conditional. All right, if you had trained the dog properly, again, we need a would in the second clause. He wouldn't be so disobedient now. If we had gone to the cinema, we wouldn't have been so bored all day. Okay? We need that would with the mixed conditional and the third conditional. All right, now it's time for you to try. And I've put some sentences here, 4 sentences that are missing the 2 or 3 parts they need to make them correct. Okay? And then I want you to tell me which conditional each sentence is, and I'll reveal the answers. So first, let's read the sentences together and please repeat after me for speaking and pronunciation practice. Number 1. If she hadn't upset the bees, bzz, she got stung all over her body. Okay, stung. That's the past participle of sting, and that's when the bee goes bzz, and then it's very painful. Okay, number 2. If Paris, Helen to Troy, the Greeks and the Trojans wouldn't have fought the Trojan War, and Odysseus in Ithaca. If you remember the story of the Trojan War and Odysseus, the Odyssey, the Iliad, Ithaca is where Odysseus was from, and he had to leave there to go fight the Trojan War because of what Paris did with Helen, okay? So try to remember back and put in the right words. Number 3. When you hurt someone, they Number 4. If he worked in Malta, that people there speak Maltese and English. Great job, guys. Good job repeating after me. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes to work on these, okay? And remember, if you don't get them all, that's okay. We're going to go through them together, all right? 5 minutes. No, 4 minutes. You can do this. 4 minutes and 30 seconds. 4 minutes. Just do your best. Remember, it's okay to make mistakes. Mistakes are opportunities for learning. Let's go. 4 minutes. Music on. 2 minutes. I'll be right back. are you doing on time? Ooh, you still have a minute left. Let's see, guys. If she hadn't upset the bees, she got stung all over her body. If Paris, Helen to Troy, the Greeks and Trojans wouldn't have fought the Trojan War, and Odysseus in Ithaca. When you hurt someone, if he worked in Malta, the people there speak Maltese and English. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, guys, I bet you did awesome. So let's go through. Before I see what you guys wrote, I'm just going to check with you on what the answers are here, okay? Which conditional is each sentence? Well, number 1 is third conditional, yeah? Because there's a past perfect here. And then the answer, if she hadn't upset the bees, she wouldn't have got stung all over her body. Wouldn't have. That's what was missing from the second clause there. Number 2, if Paris hadn't brought Helen to Troy, the Greeks and Trojans wouldn't have fought the Trojan War, and Odysseus would have stayed in Ithaca. He would have stayed on his island, and Paris brought Helen to Troy. Helen was the most beautiful woman in the world, and he stole her from a Greek king and brought her to Troy. So that created the whole war. So if Paris hadn't brought Helen to Troy, the Greeks and Trojans wouldn't have fought the Trojan War, and Odysseus would have stayed in Ithaca on his island. Okay, number 2. What kind of conditional is that? You said third conditional. Woo, woo, you got it. Okay, number 3. When you hurt someone, they never forget. When you hurt someone, they never forget. What tense is that? Hurt. Present, right? Never forget. Forget, present. Okay. So number 3 is 0 conditional. Present, present. Number 4. If he worked in Malta, he would know that people there speak Maltese and English. So imagine he said, what language do they speak in Malta? Or you said, do you know Maltese? And he's like, what's that? And he said that he worked in Malta. I don't think so, buddy. I don't think so, because you would know that they speak Maltese and English. And what conditional is that, guys? Number 4. That's right. Second conditional, because it's simple past here. And then would plus infinitive here would know that people there speak Maltese and English. Very good. Very, very good. So that's a present to the second part. All right. So, guys, I can't wait to check out all your answers and see what you wrote. Maybe you came up with different things that are grammatically correct that I just didn't think of yet. So I'm going to stick around. I'm going to check all your answers out. And I want to thank you again so much and say well done, because you came here and you studied with us here at SEDA College Online in this live class. You did something awesome for yourself today. You're helping yourself to get steps closer to living your dream of speaking English really well. So good job. I'm really proud of you guys. Thank you so much for joining the class. I'm Teacher Lydia, and peace out.